Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of the four-part two-night event on the CW. Of course, the Arrowverse, starting with Supergirl, Arrow, The Flash, and then concluding with Legends of Tomorrow, Crisis on Earth X. So yeah, I'm reviewing all four parts as a whole, just in general, because I thought that made more sense than doing like four different videos on the individual episodes. But yeah, so I'm a little behind, but I watched all four as soon as I could the other day. Of course, late last night, finishing the last two parts of it. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good crossover event. I think it was probably the best they did so far. I did like the Dominators thing last year, but I think this surpassed it by a bit. And I've said before, I don't watch The Flash or Supergirl. I may give both of them another go at some point, but I've been fine with both of them just sort of guest starring to me in the crossovers. But here I like how they did it because like when you're watching the Supergirl episode, the opening part of it, you don't feel like it's just a Supergirl episode. It really felt like a four-part story, a four-part little movie kind of thing. Because usually how they do it, if it's Supergirl's episode, then it'll mostly still kind of be from Supergirl's perspective or most focused on her. But they don't do it that way, or in any of the other show episodes. They really make it feel like a continuing, string of events. And no focus is just on like one person or one group. So I really liked how they did it. Like even in Legends of Tomorrow, they still have some really important like Arrow stuff in it, or in the Arrow episode they have some good Flash stuff, or vice versa. I don't know. But I really like how they strung everything together. I thought it was pretty well put together in that sense. And basically, Earth X is Earth where the Nazis won the war instead. So we see like basically evil versions of all our heroes, namely Oliver Queen and Kara Supergirl, who are actually a married couple on this Earth. So you get to see the actress who plays Supergirl play a more evil, sinister version of herself, which is kind of cool. Although I do think the actress that plays her is probably the weakest of them, along with maybe Jefferson, but we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. I would like to have seen like I'm suddenly forgetting her name right now. Morgana, sci-fi Merlin Morgana. Yeah, Katie McGraw. I know she plays Lana Luthor or something like that on Supergirl. I even think she would have made a better Supergirl. But Melissa, the actress who actually plays her, does an alright job. I just think she's one of the weaker links as far as acting goes. But hey, I'm going to give her show another go at some point, I think. But we'll see. Yes, I thought it was fun. I like that there was more like direct, human threats instead of just like an alien army, I suppose. The only thing that, I also really like that Sara and not Kara, what am I saying? Supergirl's sister. Why am I suddenly forgetting her name? I don't know. Just give me a second, guys. Alex. Okay, Alex is her sister's name. I like their fling together. They both got drunk at Barry Allen's wedding. That's why they were all getting together in the first place. So they enjoyed each other, but Alex, of course, is pretty regretful of just having a one-night stand kind of thing. But as she gets to know Sarah more and connects with her, I think they're willing to let it be something that happened. They're both more willing to let it be something that went down between the two at some point. I don't really know what's going on with Alex on Supergirl, but she seems pretty stuck on someone else, though, and she feels regretful that she didn't really just try and put that back together instead of having a one-night fling. But I still thought it was fun. I like how Sarah played it off and everything. The only thing and even though I don't watch The Flash, I do like what I see of him in the Arrow episodes and as well as these crossovers. I do like his dynamic and friendship with Oliver from what I've seen. And the only thing that bogged down the crossover to me was Felicity. Big surprise. She was really, really frustrating. Honestly, pretty off-putting to Oliver for sure. When Oliver starts talking about getting married again, and he really deserves better. And she just like shuts him down like right in the middle of the wedding. She says, "I'm not gonna marry you." God, she's a bitch, honestly. I don't know why they think we like Felicity so much. I know there's a group of people who support Felicity or whatever, but literally, like, every single, like, Facebook post I see, they all want Felicity dead, or at least the relationship ended. So I don't know why they keep pushing on Felicity being, like, this great focus. I don't know why they think we like that. And then, like, her reasoning for not wanting to marry Oliver, I guess, I get the idea of it. You know, she's worried that it's going to tempt fate and make something else bad happen if they actually get married. I don't know. It's the way they went about it. She was really hard to understand. I didn't get her at all. So Felicity is infinitely frustrating, and it's always kind of funny when they try to make her, Iris, actually have a purpose when all the shit's going down. They scramble to do whatever they can. But, you know, I still liked it. I thought there was plenty of really cool action sequences. I liked the fight scene at the wedding. You know, it's this is my kind of wedding, or best wedding ever. You know, I like how Mick enjoyed that. It was cool seeing Wentworth Miller as Leonard Snart, or Leo Snart as he's known on the alternate Earth. He's gay, apparently, so they did that. And then, he's a couple with the Ray. The actor who plays the Ray on this actually was on the British version of Being Human, so that's kind of cool. But nonetheless, it was still really nice to see him again. We do get a scene between him and Mick, even though it's not his Leonard Snart. It's still kind of nice, for them to share a drink together. And of course, Mick's trying to hit his head, because he thinks he's seeing him again. And Leo Snart actually makes a decision to stay on this Earth for a while, on Earth 1. So I'm wondering if he's going to be he's probably going to be a character on Legends, I would assume. Because of his connection to Mick. I wouldn't like him just to stay on The Flash for, Wentworth Miller's last part of it. Because he is leaving after whatever this is, apparently. I would still find it nice if somehow they brought their version of Leonard Snart back, just so, he knows everyone already and history's still there. But it's still nice to see a version of him like this, I suppose. I also liked what there was of Metallo, that's sort of a Superman villain, but he's been on Supergirl quite a bit, I guess. He was a decent sort of game changer, I suppose, when he would come in. And it also never felt like, though, that Team Arrow really had a place. I do like Black Canary, Dinah. But as far as, Renee and especially, Curtis running around, it didn't work. And he just gets taken down pretty easily. Because that's funny, because Curtis has so much trouble, beating up common thugs. To see him take on soldiers like this, it's kind of odd. But I still enjoyed it. And of course, the alternate Earth Prometheus actually being a version of Tommy from that Earth, I thought was a really nice thing, a really cool twist. A lot of us were expecting it, but I thought Stephen Amell did a really good job when he seen it was this Tommy, and I thought he did a really good job with the subtle sort of just the pain that he went through seeing him again like that. So I thought that was really well done, even though that Tommy wasn't in much of it. I still thought it was a nice scene to have. Stephen Amell's accent that he did while he is the alternate Earth Oliver, I thought was a little bit off at times. But I still think he worked better as the alternate Earth Ollie than Melissa whatever did as the alternate Supergirl. I don't know. Although her costume looked pretty nice, I'll admit that. I like the masks as well. And then I like how Diggle is just literally grabbed and brought in at the end just so Barry and Iris can get married as quick as they can, because they already have most of the ceremony and everything. And then Felicity changes her mind again and decides to ask Oliver to marry her right then and there, and they do. So Oliver and Felicity are now officially married. I don't know, they should just kill Felicity off or break off the relationship for good and just build back to Oliver and Sarah, or Oliver and Dinah, I think would be much better. But for some reason they really, really want Felicity to be a thing, and they're going to keep shoving it down our throats. It was odd not seeing Ray Palmer and the rest of the team for quite a while, although it made sense they brought him back for the Legends episode. Maybe it was a budget kind of thing, I don't know. But they said they were trapped in, dealing with something in the Stone Age, I suppose, so it makes sense if they weren't going to be there for the whole time. It's easy to explain why all of the Legends might not be there right away. So it was good to see it when Ray and Ray Palmer, and Nick Zano's character, I thought was pretty good when they showed up, as well as Amiya, of course. And then, of course, I have to talk about the death of Victor Garber, of course, Martin Stein. Just give me a second, guys. Instead of you watching me walk away, I'm going to put this up. Just give me 1 second. Alright, guys, I'm back. But the death of Martin Stein, I wasn't expecting. We had known for a little while that Victor Garber was going to be exiting the show after this season, but I thought it was after this season, so I was thinking if anything was going to happen, it was going to be towards the end of the season of Legends of Tomorrow. And I was wondering for a while if they're actually going to kill him off, or if they're going to have him, just stay with his family and, have him guest star, like, once in a blue moon at some point in the future. Which would have been nice as well, but I was pretty impressed with the exit they gave him here. Him actually getting shot a few times, when he was trying to, pull a switch and help, Jefferson and everything. I thought was a little bit more real than I expected it to be. I thought Victor Garber did a good job in his death scene, and Gideon is trying to, heal him and everything. And I mentioned Jefferson earlier. I thought the actor did all right. I think his kind of weakness showed in his performance there when he was trying to mourn Stein. Just his expression, it felt more forced than natural for some reason. But it still affected me because I do really like Martin as a character. Even though I didn't watch The Flash, I still got pretty attached to him on Legends, and I don't think they're really going to be able to replace him. But it was still pretty emotional. I definitely added more weight and importance to Crisis on Earth X. And me and the Tone Show, who look him up if you don't know him, but he does some pretty good reviews and recaps too. We were talking and we were both hoping that there'd be some real lasting consequences or effects because of this, and there was. We see the death of a pretty important character, so I was happy about that, but also sad, of course. But yeah, I do mostly think that this crossover run was a success. I enjoyed it quite a bit. There's plenty of good action scenes. Sarah using the machine gun and everything. Her and Alex's team ups. I thought it was all awesome. Oliver, of course. So yeah, I thought it was I thought it was good. I thought the way they dealt with Oliver and the alternate Supergirl in the end, I thought felt like slightly anticlimactic, I guess. But I don't know what else I expected him to do. I like Oliver actually putting himself down in the end, and I suppose Kara, Supergirl flying herself out to space. That's actually a pretty decent moment. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about Crisis on Earth X. Do you think it's the best crossover event they've done so far? How do you think it compares to the Dominators thing? And yeah, so follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. And if I had rate the crossover, I'm putting all 4 parts together, I'd rate it maybe about a 9.3 out of 10, 9.2, 9.3. I thought it was pretty good. Just the Felicity stuff is annoying as hell. But yeah, catch you guys next time. Peace.